Good afternoon. I can see somebody in Twitch and somebody in YouTube. A nice bit of social distancing going on there. I like it. It's Sunday and it feels like a bank holiday weekend. Yesterday the supermarket was crazy. And then today there's just nobody around at all. It's like Christmas all over again. Coming with the same sort of insanity that Christmas comes with. Where people are buying things for the hell of it and not really knowing why they need them. I had quite an entertaining little experience in the supermarket where all of the pasta had gone, like all of the penne and fusilli and the sort of bags of stuff. But weirdly not the spaghetti and not the rice or the ramen noodles. So clearly people are not worried about starving. I think what's happening is, possibly unpopular opinion, is they've heard that Italy's going into lockdown or is in lockdown. And they've all gone, oh my god, I can't buy things from Italy. Oh no, I need to immediately go out and buy all of the pasta and the Italian tin tomatoes that I possibly can, even though I wouldn't normally buy them. And also, I must not let anybody else have them. I think it would be a really interesting social experiment to say, oh no, Spain's going into lockdown and therefore we're not going to be able to get mops. And I bet you anything, everybody would be descending on supermarkets for mops and they'd be fighting over mops and they'd be price gouging on mops even though nobody needs to go and buy a new mop. You just know it. Anyway, that's my potentially unpopular opinion out of my mouth, so I can't say it again this afternoon. Hello to people in Twitch. We have Sesayako, is that how you pronounce your name? And Impatient. I hope you haven't been impatient in the supermarket. It's quite busy at the moment, but I've been playing this because it's relaxing. And in recent weeks I've needed a game where I can just kind of leave it to its own devices so I'm not having to stare at the screen loads. It's been quite good. So you set them all up and then you say, go and collect all of this stuff, and they go off and collect it. But we haven't played for a while and we always have great fun with this. YouTube's very quiet. Hello YouTube people. Are you out there? Maybe they're not. Maybe they've realised that they need mops. Anyway, let's begin. I love it that the first town name that's come up is effing. Oh, it's tempting to just go with that. I could just go with that. I'll just randomise my seed, but yeah, effing feels like a very sensible name. I've put it on like the harshest of the harsh. So I've got mountains, so we can't have lots of beautiful fields. I've put it on harsh climate, so it goes really cold in the winter. And starting conditions hard, which just gives me like a little cart with a few people and some bits. Let's begin. While we're loading, it's more like Sisiyako. Sisiyako. I can get that. Welcome to you. Have you been here before? I can't remember. That's terrible. Right, here's my people. Let's get some stats up. We've got 8 adults, 14 children, who have all just gone and got coats and tools. So we've got 12 tools, 8 coats, 100 firewood and 1,200 potatoes, because we've been stockpiling them, because we're worried that there aren't going to be any more potatoes. Right, we are in a clearing miles away from water. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh no! The nearest water's down here. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we'll survive. We'll survive. We are distancing ourselves from... I'm just got to stop with the distancing jokes. I've got to stop with the coronavirus jokes. Says the woman who made a 4-minute music video about it yesterday. I've got to stop this. Just can't help myself. Gallows humour. Right. So, let's do some things. Let's start collecting some resources, because we're definitely going to need some. Quite fancy some houses, a little market maybe around here. I don't know. What I will do is I'll just put down a stockpile and just let them get on with it. I'll just tell them to remove resources, just get rid of all of this. Lots and lots of stone. We're going to have lots and lots of stone, actually. That's good. There's some iron down here. I'll just let them do what they want. While I talk, there's a bit of iron there. Just do that. Just do that. Now, the reason I was freaking out about there being no water is because normally what I would do for food is to immediately build a fishy thing so I can have people fishing, but obviously we're miles away from it, so that's no good. Look at them whacking things. Yeah, actually, because I'm streaming, I'm going to put this on 2x simulation because 1 is very slow and nothing really happens. I've just realised, actually, I think that's iron rather than stone, so we're going to have a bit of everything. Wonderful. Watch them. The locusts. So, the best thing for me to do, I think, is to put a hunting cabin in, because then we will get food and we will get leather for boots, and we're going to need that in hard mode. This is going to get really cold. So, I'll just put it there. There. And I'll get my window up with a list of all the jobs, which I'll put over here. Build us up. There we go. In 1 times speed. This is amazing. You just leave it on all day and they get on with it. The sound of the trees falling is great. Hello to Ravenigma in YouTube. There are actually 6 people in Twitch and 6 people in YouTube, staying away from each other. But YouTube's very quiet. Hello, Sad Sack. We all need a bit of a chat, don't we? How many of you are not able to go anywhere, or not wanting to go anywhere? We're not really sure where I am. Like at work, we don't really know. A few people are starting to work from home. We can work from home anyway, but a few people are starting to work from home because I think it's an excuse not to have to go into the office, actually. But I have no real need to at the moment, so it's a bit weird. Hello to Matt. No other details about which Matt. We have a few Matts around here, so I don't know which one you're. Right, let's start doing things here. I'll put some path in, leading to my hunting cabin, and leading to the cart. There we go. Hello Saltpeter, he says, don't tell me I managed to catch a stream. Am I late? No, you're not late. We have just landed in this very enclosed area. I feel very isolated. We can't get to water easily. I can aim to get down here so that I can at least go fishing. Because that lake might be full of fish. We're on the edge of the map. Yeah, that's the very edge of the map. There's a river there, but I'd have to build like a massive tunnel through to it. That's doable, actually. That's doable. If I can get enough stone, I can break out. Where's tunnels? There. Like a tunnel from there? That would be a big, big tunnel. 264 stone. No, maybe not. Maybe not. How about that way? I need to escape. I need to get out. Oh, it won't let me do that at all. It goes. No? Okay, fine. We're stuck here forever then. That's probably the... Oh, there we go. 88 to get over there. That's a long way away from where we are now, and we don't want to send them too far because they will die. They're very quick at roads. I don't know why it is that they enjoy building roads, but they just love it. Right, so what am I going to need? I'm going to need a woodcutter, and I'm going to need some houses, and I'm going to need a thing for tools, because if I run out of tools, you're in trouble. So I'm going to start planning this, I think. Might be the best idea. So, woodcutter. The woodcutter I will generally put next to the pile. I've got stupid little cart things, so I can't put it there. I'll just have to put it across here. Next to it, there. It's not going neat, is it? That cart's in the way. Listen to them. I'm loving it. Go, locusts, go. Wow, I've never seen such eager locusts. Look at this, look at it. I'm going to need another one soon. So let's just pause that because I don't need them to be continued just yet. I'm going to need a blacksmith, which can go like there. And I'm going to need a tailor, which can go there. And I'm going to need a storage barn of some sort when we start getting food. Food. I could put that next to the hunting cabin actually. On this road, not there. There we go. Make that into a square for no reason at all. Lovely. Meanwhile, in YouTube, we're talking about pasta. In fairness, we talk about pasta quite a lot anyway, but pasta discussion is very much a thing at the moment. Saltpeter says, I was out to buy some pasta. Choking. There's no more pasta. The Retu says there's no more macaroni. Matt says there's loads of pasta sauce. Isn't it weird? Everybody's buying tinned tomatoes but not pasta sauce. As I said at the top of this stream, and I will just repeat once, I'm convinced that people are going, oh my god, if it's Italian, I need to buy it right now, even though I don't usually buy it. And they're not really thinking it through. Because if you're buying tomatoes to make pasta sauce from, you can buy, like, you know, pasta sauce, so it's all a bit weird. Saltpeter says, I suggest you grow some wheat and make some pasta quick, you'll be rich in no time. God, the temptation to, like, start selling my half-finished bottle of hand sanitizer. It's very strange. It's very strange. What really concerns me is the fact that people are making a really big thing of this, because I've always used hand sanitizer and I've always washed my hands. Apparently this is news to some people, which is quite distressing. Right, wow, do I have some resources now? Oof. It's crazy. But I still don't have a hunting cabin, and I need a hunting cabin. Could we increase our priority here, please? On the hunting cabin and the storage area. If I can't do fish for the time being, I'm going to have a gatherer's hut as well. And what I'll do, I think, actually, is I'm going to put those down here, but then I'll have the herbalist here, away from everything. So that they don't... Well, actually, I could put the herbalist there, because there's loads of trees. Options. And a very pleasant rain sound. I hope you can hear that. I've turned it right up. If I put a forester lodge here... Ooh, that's largely going to be ineffective. Then it's going to be effective anywhere, because I'm in the mountains. So... What I want is my herbalist to not be interrupted by the forester lodge, so I think it might be kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Just add an extra builder there. It's 32 degrees Celsius. Woo! Hot, hot, hot! I'll put a forester down here because with the forester lodge you get free removal of things. You get free removal of resources. But I also do. I just want to sort of do that with it, so that it just creeps over. It just creeps over slightly. So it's a tiny bit of extra forest. Actually, I should have done that. I like things to follow the road, so what I should have done was put the road in first, you see. Let's just get that road. I should have put the road in first. And then put the forest lodge on the road. There's no rhyme or reason to the way that I play this. Oh, it's all. Actually, there's a storage bunker, isn't there? So that's probably not going to make any difference anyway. I'll just put it anywhere. There we go. Right. Don't do that for the time being, though, people. Because I want you to concentrate over here first. Right, where am I going to put my houses? Because we're going to need some. I've got lots of flat land here. I've done quite well. Just put them here. Got 12, so I'm going to guess I need 4 houses, I reckon. For the time being. Let's pop that road in there. Hello if you've just joined me, especially in YouTube. There's a few people in YouTube. People in Twitch are isolating themselves. Look at them. They love doing roads. They love it. I think they just like hitting things. Big storm coming in though. It's because it's been so hot. Right, my hunting thing is ready, so let's get a couple of hunters on. In fact, let's get lots of hunters on. This is my storage barn coming to life. Oh, the sun's just come out in real life. Haven't seen that in quite a while. Yeah, you hit that. The game sound is loud. That's unusual. Normally it's too quiet. Okay. I will turn it down. Just give me a slight moment. Let's turn it down a bit. Oh, oh. How about I find minus 7.5 is quite a nice number. There we go. That's minus 7.6, but don't tell anybody. Is that any better? Can you hear me? All the banging and crashing and stuff. Welcome to Jumpster, who says, "Is this your first time playing Banished?" No. I think I have like 500 hours recorded or something. Doesn't mean I'm any good at it, because I just enjoy just slapping things down. I don't like playing games logically, because otherwise you play all games the same and it's boring. I like generating a narrative rather than going, oh, well, I need exactly this many this to do that with, and, you know, it's just... It's not how we do things here. Saltpeter says, I've watched Jenny's Isolationism Anthem. It's 10 times better than the original. Oh, thank you. The Retu says, Jenny is no longer doing woodwork in a shower. No, the shower's gone. I hope you can still hear the woodwork. Look, we've already got food. Yay! Except he's running off with it. Anyway, it does mean now that if my storage cart gets full, we don't lose stuff, because we don't want to lose stuff. It's too valuable. My aim in life is to come down here and to get fishing in that lake, or to somehow get to the river so I can have a trading post. I'm very isolated from the river. Actually, there's a bit here, but it's on a diagonal. Oh, oh, oh! 76 stone, that wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. So we might be able to make it to the river. Cool. Right. They're building their own houses now. What are you doing? Wandering. Oh, it's the hunter. Oh, that work! They're so hard working! Hello, Paputin! Welcome to you. YouTube's starting to heat up. Got my first family of Max Wellis, Lenny and Lethen. If you missed the very beginning of this stream, the very first name, town name that it suggested to me was effing, which amused me. So I'm quite literally in an effing town. Ah, it's the little things. Welcome to my effing town. Glorious. Oh, Twitter's blown up. Oh, I see. Somebody's retweeted. An account called Twitch Community has retweeted my stream. Quite exciting. Oh, got another house. Welcome to Ernelius and Calinet. They're gonna start having children. I'm short of stone, but I won't be soon because there's loads of it. Ravenigma says there's an Effingham in Indiana. Effing, twinned with Effingham. Right, I need to get them to do the forester, and we need a gatherer because I can't do fish! Which is really annoying. So, because we're very isolated, there isn't a good place to put anything really. Which is frustrating, so I'm just going to shove it anywhere for the time being, and then hopefully, little by little, it will start to work itself out. A nearly perfect road there. There we go. I like things fitting together. It pleases me. It's going to do a bit of dinging, saying I'm short of things, because I am. Oh, I better do my firewood, because they've stolen it all now for the houses. It's unbelievable the amount they take. It's just like people believing that they need to stockpile and hoard things. So these people have taken 177 potatoes. These people have taken 122 potatoes and 75 venison and half the firewood, leaving none for these people. They now have no food or firewood. And they're just poor children. It's pathetic. You're pathetic, a lot of you. Anyway, right. We'll get some wood cut before it starts getting really, really cold. Look at them! Look at them rushing in! I've got the speed doubled, incidentally, because we're on a stream. If you put it on 1 times, nothing really happens. For ages. Bit of high-speed locusting. Wow, that was quick. Just need somebody to bash it up. Seems we've got an extra adult. One of the kids has grown up. When I say grown up, they're probably like 12. It still bothers me, the ages in this. I'm sure somebody will have fixed it. There'll be a mod somewhere that fixes ages, but like they have kids at 10 and it's just strange. But anyway, it's because it's medieval. It just doesn't quite sit right. There we go, a bit of group banging, but just make sure that you're at least 1 metre away from each other, please. Cough into your elbow. You see, that's another thing that I've always done, because it doesn't make sense to cough on your hands, because it just ends up over everything. So I've always coughed into my elbow. Why would you not do that? Anyway, I like to find some really interesting things about people's hygiene. Right, I'm going to put the fuel limit down to 100, I think. Although, we're going to have plenty of logs. Plenty of logs. Right, I'm not hearing loads of cutting, so I'll just mark up this stone. All of it, actually. I think it's all close enough for them to do it. There we go. Lovely. Who's that? What are you doing? Oh, it's the hunter. They don't have go quick in double speed. It's like they're running everywhere. Look at the double speed cutting. Woof! Big time. Right. So, we need a forester and a gatherer. Got homes, that's good. The next thing will be tools, because you don't want to run out of tools. Has everybody switched to YouTube now? Everybody's in YouTube. Discussing the pronunciation of Effingham. I want to get to the water. I'm so annoyed. I think this is the first time this has ever happened to me, that I'm not directly next to water. I just thought, actually, I could put a tunnel here. And then they could sort of, like, work their way round, potentially. Oh, this weather's bad. Blimey! That's not good. Right. Let me just experiment with tunnels. Like, what if I put one here? That would be 112 stone. And they'd still have to get round here. I think they could walk around there. Just put another little one in there. Because then I'd have access to the trader. Although that's a long way off, I feel. I don't know. What I'm concerned about is these people dying because somebody's nicked all the firewood, although they've walked off with 207 potatoes. So they've kind of got their own back in many ways. Oh, oh! Oh! They've got firewood. Phew! The Retu inquires, how can it cost stone when they dig the tunnel through stone? Well, quite. There's a number of things about this that are a little bit odd. Like, why is it when they're clearing the area to build something, instead of just using the materials to build the thing, they take the materials off to a stockpile and bring them back? It's very strange. Hello to Jeffrey. Hello to Dorillium, who says, I absolutely need to download this game again. I miss it. I do. I go through periods of not playing it for a long time, and then I'll get obsessed with it for ages. But recently, I was just saying that I've been playing this quite a lot because I've had some migraine issues, and what I love about this game is that in single speed, you can set everything up. You can tell them to do things, put your buildings down, do whatever, and then you just walk off and leave it. So it looks like I've been playing for dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of hours recently, and I have, but it's been playing itself. And I just check in occasionally to make sure that they're not dying of dysentery or something, so it's cool. I was thinking, actually, this morning, that this is very much a sort of casual game in disguise. You could reskin this to, like, moving other things around. I just don't know what. Because ultimately, it's just a numbers game of making sure that things are getting to places quickly enough. Ultimately. But that kind of takes the magic out of it, doesn't it? It's the music, really. A friend of mine bought me this game, Easter 2014, and I can remember that really well because both of us stayed up until like the middle of the night. Terrible, terrible times of the morning. Just playing it solidly for the whole Easter weekend. And I'm sure it's because of the music. I think without the music and the sound effects and the pretty snow, probably wouldn't be that bothered. But it's funny how things get you. They just sort of appeal to whatever they're appealing to. Anyway, Sunlit Karma says it's a very relaxing game. It is, until they start dying. Drillium says I should try Anno 1800. Yeah, I probably should, but I haven't. I think it's just because there are too many games and I don't have enough time. But I do keep looking at it thinking, ooh. Is it also Anno 2080? The back of my mind, something's telling me I have that. Or I have an Anno game. It's awful, isn't it, when you buy games and don't play them? It's ridiculous! I've often thought of rebranding my channel, where I just literally go through my entire Steam library, in fact all my libraries, and just play each game once, from A to Z. We don't have series, we don't have anything, I just play all the things. Because that is enough content for one video a day for about 2 years. 2070, that's it, not 2080. Getting numbers mixed up. Speaking of numbers, I'm down to 5 coats. That's not good. And 6 tools. Right, 6 tools is definitely not good. We need to do something about tools. Because if you run out of tools, who are you in trouble? Look at this. Oh. That's a lot of buildings. Good! This is good. This is great. Put my log limit up to 1,000 for no reason at all. And once they've finished building, I can put some people onto doing a bit of foresting. And what they'll do is they'll plant trees and they'll remove all these resources. You get your resource removal for free because they can't plant trees until they've gone. So, who's that hanging around? Oh, it's a child. That's Ulisio, who is practicing self-isolation. Right. Let's put gatherer on, forester on. You'll notice that we are running a scratch staff, because we don't really need them all. What we do need is this. Whoa, look how quick! Look how quick! They're amazing! Sometimes you can't get locusts to do things, and I get very angry with them. I find, and I don't know whether this is actually what happens or whether it's just me creating a story out of it, but what I find is that each scenario that I start, because starting is the best bit about this game, it's good fun, but each scenario I start, something goes wrong. Like something different goes wrong. It's like live streaming in so many ways. Like you'll have one where the locust won't work properly. You have one where there are no resources. You'll have one where there's no way of getting to the water. Hasn't happened to me in ages, but we are in the middle of a mountain. In fact, we appear to be in the middle of a kind of old volcano. That's kind of cool. Then you have, like, the last one I played, didn't matter how many fishermen I put down or how many hunting cabins I had, I just didn't seem to be able to get enough food. And sometimes your herbalists don't work, and sometimes your woodcutters literally don't work and just stand around idling for no apparent reason. And sometimes you run out of people, and sometimes it's just kind of cool. It's just kind of cool. And sometimes you get dysentery, and sometimes things set on fire. Which sucks. But anyway, right, look, I need more stone. But it's okay because they are loving collecting stuff. You can tell that food is going to be an issue in this one, although having said that, as everybody has hundreds of potatoes and venison at home, we probably won't run out too quickly. Like, people won't starve. It's just that number will be 0. Incidentally, we are in 1080p here, so you can put this onto full screen and it will look just as good. Which is cool. What have you got? Have you got stone? Are you bringing me some stone? You are? Oh, and some iron. Good. It makes me laugh when they walk around at double speed. What are you bringing me? Oh, you're not. Oh, you're taking some wood off to chop it up. This is many, many piles of firewood. This is Max Wellis is doing a fantastic job. Look at him. Yes, child. You should learn from him. But stay out of the way of the axe. Oh god, don't chop your own child. Don't chop your child! What's wrong with you? It's terrible. Anyway, running out of things now. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. Right. Derillium says the anno numbers are confusing as hell. We had anno 1500, 1404, 1404 Venice, 2070, 2205 and finally 1800. Were they time travelling? You're right, that is very strange. I also don't understand the significance of the numbers. I could understand, like, anno 1665. But I don't understand 1404. What happened in 1404? Or 2070? Oh, hang on a minute, we haven't had 2070 yet. What is going to happen in 2070? It's 2070. Self-isolation has been going on for 50 years. Nobody has seen another person. Oh, Max Wellis, you are an example to all of us. Look at him. Look at him go. I don't like the fact you keep chopping your kid up, though. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Right, I think I've probably got far too much firewood now. So I'm going to tell Max Wellis not to bother anymore and put him on gathering instead. Or put somebody on gathering, because I've got no blinking food. Although, actually, just as I say that, suddenly we've got food. I'm assuming the hunters have been hunting. One lonely mushroom. The big question mark is because it's going, why do you have no workers in your woodcutter? And I can make it into a blob instead by saying, I am not having my woodcutter work at the moment, but I find it doesn't really make any difference. Ding ding. Never mind ding. Gonna need tools soon, so why are you not delivering me stone? Go up here. tell them to prioritise this stone up here. Actually, I think I might have missed a bit. Oh no! Oh, is that iron? It's iron. That's why they're not collecting it, because it's not stone. Right, get them to do this. This is Calinet. She is working very hard. Some new people in YouTube, welcome to you. Welcome to the self-isolation. We're very, very isolated because we appear to be in the middle of a, hopefully, dormant volcano. What if it isn't dormant? What if there's a disaster in this game that I've never seen before, and it's kaboom? That would be bad. In fact, that would be effing bad. I think I've seen every disaster this game has to offer, and there aren't that many of them. There's fire, there's dysentery, there's typhoid, there is like nasty diseases in your crops and animals. There's being crushed by a rock. There's being killed by a wild boar. There's dying during childbirth, which is never nice. There's having a tree fall on you. There's... I think that's it, actually. There needs to be like disaster DLC for this, so that more exciting things happen. But speaking of exciting things, we're gonna have some tools. Yippee! I also asked them to clear some more resources from down here. The forester will replant all the trees anyway, so we'll get them from down here for the time being. Oh. You can see trees replant themselves as well, so they will reappear anyway. Got a bit of food, loads of firewood, got quite a lot of leather, that's good. Hello to Mark. We've got Mark and we've got Matt. Matt has revealed that he's Manchester Matt. But Mark, we don't know which Mark you are. There are a few Marks. In fact, I have some new Twitter followers recently, who I do not know. So if you're one of those new people, do please say hello. Here's my blacksmith. I don't know where they get the anvil from. Right, I put my tool limit down to like 10 because there's not very many of us. And then get somebody going on that just so we always have tools. Oh, it's Mark from the Game Shed! Hello! How was your trip to the supermarket? Was it bad? Did you manage to get some pasta? If you don't know the Game Shed, you must go and subscribe to the Game Shed because they do all sorts of interesting bits and bobs, especially if you're into like retro hardware. And driving games. We keep saying we'll do something, Mark, and we don't do it, do we? If social isolation really does set in and like we can't leave our houses, we should do something. We should do some streaming. Oh! Mark has managed to get 2 bags of pasta. Don't reveal where you live. I'm hoping that nobody breaks into my house for toilet roll. That's all I'm saying. Right, I think we'll get going on the tailor as well. I know I haven't got enough resources for it at the moment, but as we get resources, they will be able to start building it, which would be great. So everybody's got a place to live. We've got firewood. We've got some food coming in. We've got lots of leather for making coats. We're making tools. We've got enough storage. We've got people planting trees. This is better than real life. Doing quite well. Excellent. Incidentally, that means that the crafter has run out of resources, so we have no logs. And doing tools requires logs and iron. But it's okay. It's okay. Oh, chat's gone mad. It's gone mad. Hello to H1R006, which I think sounds like a disease. He says, I'm also a self-isolator. Are you actually self-isolating? Because some of you genuinely will be for good reasons and others won't. Or will be for not good reasons. Hello to MPJ12345 says all the chickens have stopped laying. I haven't seen eggs in days. Is that, are people, like, is there a shortage of eggs as well? Are people taking eggs? I didn't go for any yesterday, I didn't even think about it. White eggs? Why? White eggs and not ramen noodles? Why, I don't know, tinned tomatoes and not pasta sauce? It's just don't get me going again. I've already done the lecture. If you want to see the lecture, go back to the beginning. It's just crazy. Hello, Rubato says, I cannot be the only one who thinks your voice sounds news reporter-like. No, you're not. You're not the only one. Welcome to Jenny News. World suffers snack shortage. Hello, Caro, I can't pronounce people's names today. Says, this is my favourite game. My employer is requesting that we work from home for 30 plus days. Oh, you've got 16 cases in town. You see, that's different from around me, where we have no cases. We have no cases at all. There's no cases in my area of the county. There's no cases in another area of the county. There are very few cases in the nearest city. I mean, that's not to say nobody's got it, but nobody knows that they've got it, if they have got it. Mark says they should definitely employ you for the not-for-broadcast game. I've heard about this game. In fact, I think it's on my wish list. But I keep like, contacting people and surreptitiously saying that they might want me in their game. I contacted the guy who does Cook Serve Delicious and said, if you want an English woman's voice, I am your woman. Nobody's biting at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. HR1086, who I'm just going to call H1, says, my name is Shredrig. You're the person who made those amazing tart things. Everybody needs to get on my Discord. Everybody, because we have the most amazing food channel where people post pictures of food. And Timo Warner just posts the most incredible things. Putin posts amazing things. But yeah, I remember H1's apple rose tarts were stunning. I just post pictures of tacos and pizza. But yeah, it would be really cool to have you all join the Discord, and also it would be really cool for me to be in a computer game. I have done the odd bit of voiceover. There's a guy called Voices from the Dark who does an Oblivion series. And I am the voice of the character, but I'm only in 2 episodes, very briefly. And then, who else have I done for? I've been in a couple of things. I can't remember what they were. Oh, I've been a Minecraft computer in... what's the name of the channel? Oh, I can't remember. That's embarrassing. Oh, Remember Comics it's called. Remember Comics did a Minecraft series with a computer called Gen.exe. And then... no, that's it. But I would really like to be in a game. Like, they wouldn't even need to pay me for it. I would just really like to do it. So if you know anybody, any indie games developers, or even not indie games developers, big games developers who would like a voice actor, I'd love to have a go. I'd love to. Anyway, back to this. There's a lot of locusts running around. This is good. Am I any nearer having a coke thing yet? No. Because we need logs. I can hear some trees falling, so I think we're good. Putin says I could work from home. I left my work laptop there, so I couldn't tomorrow. We've been told to take our laptops home, so mine is at home. firmly in its bag because I will not take it out over the weekend. But yeah, if I need to work from home, I can. Like if I look out the window tomorrow and there's barbed wire or something. Oh dear. Sunlit Karma says, I've been sick and shut in for 7 years, and just when I get better and start getting out again, the world shuts itself in. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. I mean, I know that like in some places they can't, but I think at the moment we're still okay to go for walks and things. Well, obviously I am because there isn't any virus around me, but you know, if you're out and about and it's only you, because I live in quite a rural area, so it would probably only be me. I think that's probably okay. Who was I watching on TV the other day? Oh, Joan Bakewell. Joan Bakewell's self-isolating, but she said she cheats and sometimes goes for walks at night, which I think is fair enough, to be honest. I think if I had to self-isolate, I would sneak out for walks as well. Anyway, look, I've run out of food. I say I've run out, obviously I haven't run out of food, I've got loads of it. But I have no stored food here. Hopefully people have got lots of food in their homes. I suspect the reason we haven't got any stored food is because they've taken it all. Excuse me, family. 359 venison. What the hell do you need that for? It's shocking. This is like real life. Leave some for other people. They've had a child, by the way. Well, they've had more than one child, I think. How exciting. That's good. That's good. You can see the new trees starting to appear as well, where they're not chopping them down. There was a load of stone here, wasn't there? They've got it all. Wow. Very efficient. But we are going to need to start thinking about getting out. And to get out, I'm going to need stone. Caro says, what difficulty are you playing on? Hard. We just have a tiny cart with a few bits in it. I always do that. I always play on hard mode. Because I like building things up from nothing. Okay, right, herbalist will be the next thing, because otherwise they'll start getting ill and grumpy. So, what I could do is put my herbalist here, because there's sort of a bit of untouched forest. Because over here they're going to be cutting trees down, so I'm going to put my herbalist here sort of temporarily, just to get some herbs. I know that it's a very small area. If I put it down here, then I'll capture all of that foresty bit and a bit of extra down here. There's a sort of tunnel. There's a tunnel to the water! I must get to the water! So if I build a road, make it a longer road. And then we can pop this sort of there. Oh no, actually, hang on. If I put it there, they'll start trying to get herbs from down here, and that's not a good idea for the time being. So let's put it about there. There. Wicked. Right, look. Excellent. Can make some coats now. So I'm going to put my clothes limit at 10 so that they just build the stock back up very quickly, and then you have to think about it for a while. We do need some herbals. Increase the priority. Right, there we go. My tool person has reached the limit. In fact, I told you to only do 10 and you've got 13. Look. Get off. Get off. Right, that gets me a spare locust to hopefully do some cutting. H1 says, my name is actually Leet Speak for Hero 86. So it is. I didn't see that before. I was a 90s kid and totally such a Leet hacksaw and into Gundam, but I didn't know how to spell the main character's name. Also says, I'll take a toilet paper shortage over a world where it doesn't exist yet, like these poor banished citizens. That's true, actually. Toilet paper outlet is not in this. I've downloaded a few bits and bobs, like extra bits. I had a lot more and then I got sick of some of them because some of the graphics are not great. But I have hardware store, general store, farm stand, root cellar, creamery for that creamery butter, and fly fishing, which is really useful when you can't fit a full fishing dock anywhere, but obviously completely useless when there's no water in the first place. I can't believe that, look. I can actually zoom out all the way and there's virtually... There we go, now there is no water. That's very unusual. And very frustrating, but anyway. Got another adult, look, there's another locust. Shall I have maximum gatherers for the time being? Not that they'll find anything, I'm sure, but... Actually, I could have an extra forester as well. Normally, I keep a spare locust, just in case anybody dies, but I think we're a little bit early in the game for that at the moment. So, look, they've cleared a little space for the herbalist. And we have quite a lot of resources knocking about, which is great. I'm not going to need any wood or iron for fuel or for tools at the moment, so they should stack up a little bit. But we can probably collect some of the stuff that's down here. So just a bit of iron. Ooh, lots of iron. Any old iron, any old iron, any old iron. Need to get out, need some stone so I can build some tunnels and get to some more stuff. Stuff. I'm just wondering which the best way to go is, because if I come this way, we've got to go all the way over there, but that gets me to a trading post area. If I come this way, down the tunnel, we can do some fishing, but the lake is isolated and ends rather abruptly, because that's the edge of the map. Could have more like one house there. So they'll be able to get to it. Or I could come out this way into here, which gives me another nice clearing. We can get onto this river, which would allow me to do some fishing and have a trader turn up. I don't know. I don't know which to do. If I decide to go either that way or this way, I'm going to need a lot of stone. You can see here that the river goes into the lake, so the merchant will come this way, but the merchant will not come this way because that is isolated, but I'm thinking it might have a lot of fish. I've had lakes with a lot of fish before now. And the merchant can get down the river, but the fishing's not quite as good in the river. But yeah, this wouldn't cost me a huge amount of stone, and it's relatively near to everything, so they might want to come through. Yeah, I've got two rivers, or it might be the same river looping back on itself. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, discovering that the merchant couldn't get you at all. That would be awful. You'd be forever isolated and probably would eventually die. Donging. Reserve of food is low. Well, it is low, but in fairness, there aren't that many of us. And these people have 291 venison, so I'm not listening. What I'd like to do, I think, actually, is build up some coats. If I build up some coats, then eventually I'll sell them. Because that is the only thing that's leather is used for. Weirdly. Right, might leave them to get on with it for a little bit. I'll just do this lovely overview here. Let's have a quick drink. I've got vanilla chai tea bags, and they are really nice. Because I like that chai, what's it called? Drink me chai? But my god, it's loaded with fat and sugar. It's like one of those things that's amazing, but you know you shouldn't ever drink it because it's probably taking 5 years off your life. This is kind of like the flavour of that, but it's just herbal, so it hasn't got anything in it. And it's at pains to tell me. It's printed actually twice on the outside of the box and then about 5 times on the back of the box that it's caffeine free, which is good. Right. Lovely. Oh, that rain sound is so soothing. It's lovely. That's got a nice aftertaste as well. Oh, it's lovely. It's on offer in Holland and Barrett at the moment. Other health food shops are available. Everybody's very quiet this afternoon. Are you still out there? Please tell me you're still out there. Please tell me I'm not broadcasting to myself. That'd be awful. I watched A Quiet Place last night, and it just reminded me that, you know, if giant, bizarre alien monsters with the strangest heads I've ever seen ever do get us, then we could be in trouble. Paputin says today could be matcha ginger latte evening. Oh, still haven't got any of that. I keep meaning to get some and I keep forgetting. I'm supposed to be going down to London next week for a work thing, and the Korean supermarket is there, but I don't think they sell it. But in any event, I might not be going down to London at this rate. London might be closed. Who knows? I think that's the most difficult thing, isn't it? The not knowing. If they just take a decision, because in this country we're not taking decisions because that would be too much like responsibility. If they just take a decision and go, nope, nobody is travelling or nobody is doing whatever, then at least we would know where we stood. But instead it's all the stupid, do this, do that, do this, don't do that, do this, no, do the opposite of that. Who knows? It's really annoying. Hero says I'm off to buy some bread flour so that I can bake bread for the foreseeable future. I have no worries about them running out. That's a good idea, actually. Buy flour. Oh my god, buy flour. You heard it here first. Well, good luck getting flour. And indeed anything else. Hopefully they'll have some left, and hopefully you might, you know, see some toilet rolls out of the corner of your eye. You never know. In case you're wondering why I've got toilet rolls, it's because I just happened to buy a big pack of them before all this started, and now feel like I had some sort of premonition about it. I don't know, maybe I did. The people I feel sorry for, and I'm aware that I'm now talking about blinking coronavirus again, the people I feel sorry for are elderly people or vulnerable people who didn't realise that any of this was going to happen, or knew that it would but couldn't get out of the house, and through no fault of their own now can't get hold of anything because of idiots buying enormous quantities of it. And there was a soul-destroying tweet that I saw yesterday about a woman in a supermarket who saw this bloke grabbing all the pasta, and an elderly woman apparently went up to him and asked him if he would just give her one bag, and he said no. Because he's an effing chonter. Chonter's my new favourite word. It's not really a word. It was something that an AI bot made up, but it made me laugh. It was the top 40 AI singles. The top 40 singles were generated by an AI machine that they fed loads of singles into, and asked it to generate its own top 40, but for some reason it mixed up all the letters in words as well as words. And the top hit was Chonter in the Wind, which made me laugh really hard. So Chonter is my new favourite insult. Top Chonters include people like Piers Morgan and Boris Johnson and Katie Hopkins and Trump and I did have a little mental list and now I can't think. Oh, Alex Jones, he's a Chonter. Paputin says I couldn't buy more flour on Friday because all reasonable packets will run out. Isn't it mental? It's crazy. Yesterday when I went, the only things missing were toilet roll and tin tomatoes, and even, well, actually they had tin tomatoes, they were just depleted, and all the normal pasta. Everything else was still there. Everything. So I've run out of food again, haven't I? And firewood. Oh, well, there's a reason I've run out of firewood. It's because I don't have a firewood person on. I need Maxillian or whatever his name wants to come back quick. Apparently the best place to go for anything now is Asian supermarkets because for some reason nobody's going in them. I don't know why. Liverpool's got some good ones. You should go there. Right, who's this turning up to do my cutting? Oh, it's Generald. Oh no, Generald's a gatherer. Sorry, it's not Generald. Get out, Generald. Why are you here? No, it's Lenny with an I. Lenny with an I is going to be doing the hitting of the wood. You hit that wood. Woo! You hit those invisible logs. No, don't walk off! Oh, oh! I think she just had to replace her tool. Thank God it was nearby. It's so cold though, she can hardly do any work before she has to go somewhere else. When it says that they need to get warm, they don't necessarily need to go home. They just stand in the general vicinity of a house. Which is kind of weird. Hello to Ligomatic who says yarp. I don't know what that means. Is that like a swear word that's not a swear word? Like chonta. Look, these houses are getting packed out with all these children that they're having. We might need some more houses. The problem being that with more houses you need more food and more firewood, and this lot are not responsible enough to share it. It's disgusting. But these houses I'm going to put down here because that will then be near to things. Near to things. We could have a little sort of area. We could have a little area. A little house area. Actually, technically I could probably fit a market there. I wouldn't build it now. But I could put it in. There? There. Look, market. Marche. There we go. And then what I like to do is put houses around the marche. Look how... Look! Perfect! Oh my god, that couldn't get any better. But yeah, I really like putting houses around my marche. It doesn't seem to matter how much I resist doing that. I always do it. It's not completely perfect because, like, there's a road in the way. But it's fine. Eventually that's what will happen. And if you look, I can do it up here as well. Perfect! Look at that! Look at that! It's brilliant! You can see, that's my plans now. Right, so what I also do is get them to fill in the roads around the market, because you can do that. Lovely. That will keep them warm. So, I'll do these. I'll do that house there, except I've got no builders. And we'll just sort of expand slowly. Ligomatic says, I imagine that yarp is a sort of maritime greeting. What, like, yarp? We're all going to go mad, aren't we, if we're actually quarantined? It hasn't taken me very long. Oh, Sunlit Calm has just followed me on Twitch, on Twitter. Thank you very much. Incidentally, who followed me on Twitch? Because I heard a ding, and I must admit that I forgot to look. But thank you for that. It's much appreciated. All social media-y things are very much appreciated. Because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like me. So it really helps to have people promoting things. I have a very faithful band of followers who I deeply appreciate because they pay for this, basically. And then, after that, it's a bit thin on the ground. If I do a song about self-isolation, it gets like 300 views. Other people's go viral, if you'll forgive the pun. Right, look at this forest developing now. That's awesome. I imagine there's very little for the gatherers and people to pick up at the moment, but there will be soon, when everything starts growing, and all of you will have houses in the forest, which I will make you pay extra rent on. Oh wait, that isn't that sort of game, so it's fine. Well, look, the hunters have caught something down here. Look, you can just see through the trees. There's a skin and some meat. That's good because we need the food. Got a fair few herbs. Nice. Tools and coats. I've used all my leather now. There's somebody going brum 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 outside my window so they can get lost. Stop brumming unless you're bringing me some hand sanitizer. Right, take my tailor off so I get a spare locust. And they can go and build this house down here. Timber! Let's increase the priority on housing. Lovely. Many Twitch people today. Are you in Twitch? Not much Twitch chat either. Normally, like, it's about half and half. Sometimes Twitch goes mad. Maybe everybody's down the supermarket. Not even joking. Because I'm gonna guess they probably are. Like swiping up entire shelves of fajita seasoning or something. Not that I'm saying that fajita seasoning is unimportant in any way, but... I hear some very hard work going on. This pleases me. I would like to know what that woo sound is, because I've never worked it out. Because it doesn't really sound like a wolf or a bear or anything. I think it's just somebody going woo to make it sound a bit more spooky. There's also quite a lot of rumbling. And you think, well, what's the rumbling? Because there isn't anything in this that causes rumblings. Sometimes there's rumbling and wooing at the same time. Right, here we go. My new house is being built. That's good. Oh, hello, Not So Dark Lord. He says, I am here. It's just I'm playing The Witcher 3 at the same time. Crumbs. You must have like a multi-core brain. The Retu suggests it could be an owl or just wind. It's definitely not an owl. Because that would be like, woo. This is more like, woo. Ooh. Saltpeter agrees that it sounds like an owl. Clearly we have different expectations of owls. Woo! 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 It's more like... Woo! It's not an owl. Sad Sack says, I'm sorry for not talking. I am ill with flu. Oh no! Well, that sucks. I know a few people who've got, like, proper flu, but it's not coronavirus. So there must be flu going around as well. Right, let's see who moves in here. It's always exciting seeing who moves in. Got a lot of young people, so you should probably just expect it to be 10-year-olds. I must get a mod, you know. I need to get a mod where they can't move in with each other until they're 16. Because it freaks me out. Saltpeter reckons that the woo is an owl's ghost. It might well be. Begs the question then, what's the rumbling? What's rumbling? I can hear a lot of rumbling. Maybe that is trying to be the wind. The wind near the microphone. I always expect wind in computer games to be a bit more than... Maybe it's ghost wind. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Incidentally, well done, Lethen, for doing this all on your own at the age of 13. Lethen has built herself a home! What's that about? Anyway, she's going to go off now and get some firewood and some food. Probably all 78 of whatever food I have, because that's what they're like around here. Got some mixed food. We've got mushrooms, onions, venison. The cart is just for coats and firewood and tools. What's going on down here? Oh! They've killed another thing. Look, there's piles of meat this time. That's good. take Lethan off building duties. Good job of clearing all the iron. And I've cleared all of this. So, what now? I think the best thing to do is to make my way down here, because then I can get all of this stone and all these resources, and we can get some fishy people out here. And only then can we start thinking about trying to get to a river for the trading post. Not that I've got anything to trade at the moment. So, I've got a road that comes all the way out here. So what I could try and do, I can't see where it ends. Is it there? So what I could try and do is like get a road, that's it, yeah, get a road all the way down here, like that, which will take them away from their homes, but they do love bashing roads up. And then I can get a stockpile down here so that they can start getting rid of all of this. And then maybe a storage barn. And then maybe some homes. And then everybody can use the herbalist in the centre. Though I might move the herbalist as well. Or I might even have 2 herbalists. At the moment I've only got 17 people, so these are lofty and ambitious plans. I can hear a lot of chopping away going on. Legomatic says, I'm giving serious thought to panic buying all the Disco's crisps. It's a Panic at the Disco! But oh, I've got some spam, wicked. Chris says, wanna become famous? By followers, primes and viewers on followinbot.com. Other spam may be available. Buy primes. So I pay you, what, £2 and you give me Twitch Prime followers? That's bizarre. I do want to become famous, Chris, I just don't want to do it your way. Maybe you'd like to follow, Chris, it's just a thought. Incidentally, if you're not into giving me money, then do please give things a like. Because it makes a huge amount of difference. And everybody always says, oh yeah, I've liked, and then they haven't. And it's all lies. Is it because I don't say smash that like button? I hate that expression! Hate it! That's why I don't say it. Please press the like button. Look at the forest now. Awesome. And they're doing all the planting, and eventually they become like self-sufficient. I do have 80 logs at the moment, so I'm going to take the foresters off for the time being, so they can do other things, like bash path. And then I will start putting them back on. It makes me laugh how all the little trees look like they're glowing because of the graphics. Because I have a day-night cycle on this because I thought it was really stupid that there wasn't one. But it does make the trees go a bit wonky. The other thing that's missing is lights. I would love the buildings to light up at night, but I don't think anybody's done that yet. I was having a look the other day on the workshop and I couldn't see anything, which was disappointing and sad. Right, are they not bashing my path? I thought they'd want to do that. Thanks. Fine, don't bash my path then. Cut all the trees from here. All the trees in the tunnel. It looked like there were way more trees than that. There aren't very many at all. Right, let me put... Oh, there's somebody coming down here. Right, let me quickly put a stockpile in. so that you have somewhere to put the logs that doesn't involve having to walk all the way back to town. Oh, look at them now! Look! Look! It's Tanice! Tanice is running to do something. Running to do some chopping. Look at her. Oh, they're all coming down here now. Don't even need to be encouraged. Well, that's good. I noticed they haven't been using much firewood, have they? Unlike earlier, when we were all running off with it. How are we doing for children? We're doing alright for children, that's good. That's good. We need to wait for the next generation before I start pairing them off. Right, here comes my tunnel. It's appearing rapidly. This is excellent. That's it. Fill the pile. Fill it. So I can see what I'm doing. It's interesting that they've come all the way out here without any issues. That implies that they would do a bit more of this if I asked them to. Please to remove the resource. Eventually I'm going to make you go fishing here. Because this is a lovely lake. There must be much good fishing to be had. So where could I put the fishing docks for maximum fishing? One here. Multi-fishing, right. And then we could probably have one... Right, here, there! Yes! And then we could probably have one over the other side as well, but that's for a lot later. Those, I'm just putting them here to remind myself to do it. Can I put a house on there? They won't be able to get on it, would they? Anyway, even if I could. Because you can't walk across there. That's definitely watery, which is a shame. Oh, look, there's stone being cut up here. There's trees coming down. Oh, look, they're all coming down here. What's going on? These are the most malleable locusts I've ever had. They are working really hard. This is great. Now I've got 128 logs and 111 iron. Wowzers. I might pop my blacksmith back on actually, as I've got some spare locusts. Can you do me 15 tools? I wonder whether they would build the fish thing. It is quite a long way out though, isn't it? The fishy people would have a hell of a hike. Whether I could put houses along this corridor. Oh, that's too thin. Boo! Oh, that sucks. Where's the closest place I can put them? Oh, right down here. Oh yeah, here. Oh dear. Right, okay. It's fine, it's not a problem. I could even put a market down here. I have 2 markets. It's just that markets are easier than storage barns because people get the stuff and put it in the market. Again, I'm going to start pre-planning here, I think. Marche. There we go. Right, so where's my space? Because I want room for some houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was 5. There. Just shunt it slightly so it's not it's not feeding the lake. 4. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for houses. If I put it there, then it will cover here as well, which is good. I don't think we'll ever go down there, but you never know. Let me just check. Put this in the right place, because I don't think I have. Oh damn it, I haven't! No! That's wrong. That's wrong! I'll tell you what, I'll put the houses in as placeholders. So there. 1, 2, 3. Don't start making them. They're highly enthusiastic and may start making them, which I don't want. And then the market would go there. Which should hopefully give me enough space to put houses in here, which it does. It does! It so does! I can't really see what I'm doing now. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, look. Oh no! Oh, it doesn't! Oh, it does. No, it does. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's me getting it wrong, I think. Actually, I don't even know what's going on anymore. It's okay. I'll get them to clear it and then I'll be able to see what I'm doing. Just get rid. Just get rid. I really want to make a techno remix of this music. Actually, I'm going to do that. I might do that like funky clubhouse Banished remix. Okay, that's more the kind of like jungle remix there. Such plans. I can hear some mega work going on. Is it the tall person? Oh, it is. It is. It's Max Wellis. He's incorrigible. I can't, honestly, he works so hard. Now he's idling, but normally he works so hard. He probably deserves a rest. It's fine. Look at that. He's already made all the tools. Right, I'll take you off, Max Wellis, then. In that case, you can come and help the people down here who appear to have disappeared. Oh, there they are. They'd buggered off then, but they haven't. I still think this fish thing is too far away. Even if it was up here, maybe I'd feel a bit better about it, but I think I'm asking them to do too much, and I don't want them to freeze on the way home. Speaking of freezing on the way home, a little while back I had a weird map where at the edge of the map there was like a really thin river. And at the edge of the map, the river went off the edge of it, and by a little quirk, there was a tiny little bit of land that they could get across onto the other side. And it suddenly came up really early on with somebody starving, which is very unusual, because I'd only just started and still had like 1,000 potatoes. I was trying to find them, and I couldn't find this starving person. I thought, oh, this is weird. It's just bugged. And then it turned out that what was happening was the children, in their infinite wisdom, were going right to the bottom of the map to this bit where you could get across the river, and we're going across and walking all the way back up again, and then they were getting hungry and having to start coming all the way back down, and mercifully they all made it back to the cart for the potatoes before dying, but it was really weird. I'd never seen anything like that before. I have no idea why they did what they did, and it was really strange. So at least they're not misbehaving today, but it was a bit worrying when I suddenly thought all my children were going to die straight away because they decided to wander off somewhere. Right, I'm just going to mark all of these resources for demolition because they seem to want to do it, which I'm really surprised about. And then I can see where my market's going to go. But they're not doing this path. Normally you love doing paths. Why you no path? It's very strange. Just to save you some effort, I might just shove a little temporary stockpile down here. Hello, Samuel Newton in YouTube. Welcome to you. Welcome to Effin. My effing town, which really is called Effing. I'm trying to gather enough resources and enough people and enough everything to be able to get to the river, because as you can see we're in the middle of a dormant volcano. Come on, Forest, you can do better than this. yes, I admit it's winter, so all your leaves have gone, but... Oh, who's this? Oh, it's one of the gatherers. She's come to do some gathering. You can gather that. That looks like a thing you should be gathering. No. Oh, there's some mushrooms. Do you want to gather some mushrooms? No, she's going for the leaves. You going for the leaves? What was that? Onions. 44 onions. Oh, here are your friends. Lewel and Ernelius. Oh, excuse me, Lewel. You've left your basket of food. Oh, so have you. Oi. Take it with you. Ugh. You see, in the warm, they don't want to... Sorry, in the cold, they want to be in the warm. So they don't do very much. This is Ashannon, who has berries, onions and roots. This is Calanet. We've met Calanet. She has 22 berries. And this is Margaret the child, and also Chari the child. You better not be misbehaving. Right, better get somebody back on the firewood. Oh, sorry, there is somebody back on the firewood. Oh, right. It's Lethan, who has gone to find a tool, which is very easy to find because it's there. Lethan is working away at the firewood, and coming to help her is Ashannon, and also Calanet, who is just, I don't know, idling. She's just hanging around. This isn't a safe place to be idling around, is it? Health and safety. Anyway, at least we've got a bit more food now, that's good. Got food, got tools, got everything but toilet paper, and pasta, and tinned tomatoes, and hand sanitizer. Although my herbalist could probably make you some hand sanitizer. I once went, fascinating fact, I once went on a survival course with Ray Mears, and he taught us how to make soap out of a particular tree, and it all lathers up in your hands and everything, so if the apocalypse is on us, I'll be fine. How are we doing down here? Pretty well. Oh! Animals! They must die at some point. I don't really understand why they are so eager to do down here, because it's miles away from where they live, and normally they don't want to do things miles away from where they live. It's strange, especially when it's cold. I'm not complaining, but it is a bit weird. I still think a tunnel down here might be an idea to get to the river. Because if I don't do that, then we've got to go this way, and that would involve tunnelling through here, and again through there, so I can get up here. Which wouldn't be great. The Retu says, is it pine soap? No, I think it was birch. I think it was birch. But we did have pine needle tea. He made us all some pine needle tea, which is very nice. I was surprised. I'm also surprised, I'm assuming, that you can't buy pine needle tea. It's not a herbal tea that I've ever seen. Maybe they have to be fresh pine needles. Well, they do have to be fresh pine needles. If you dried them, they'd probably be rubbish, wouldn't they? So I've just answered my own question there. Anyway. If you ever do get to go on a survival course with Ray Mears, randomly, do go, because it's great. It's really good. And I can promise you now that in a sort of survival off between Ray Mears and Bear Grylls, in the time it had taken Bear Grylls to do a bit of screaming and figure out where he was, Ray Mears would be sitting there in front of an amazing log cabin with a roaring fire and about 20 fish with his feet up, drinking a cup of tea. He is amazing. Speaking of amazing, doing really well here. This is great. You might not be able to hear it because it is quite quiet, but it starts to put the sounds of people, like a community inn, when you get to a certain number of people. And it's too many, because I've only got 21 people. And it sounds like a crowd at a theme park, which is a bit weird. Look at them. They're so industrious. I can't get over how industrious. Can I take you lot to my other town that I've got going on at the moment, where nobody will do anything? That would be good. Look at them. This is mad. What you got there, man? He's just got man. Got some logs, got some stones. We've got, oh, there's Uliso, who's now 10, and is therefore working. Uliso has become a gatherer. What have we got here? This is Tanise, who nearly had a tree chopped on her head then. This is Velar. We've not met Velar before. I can't get over this. This is amazing. You'd do really well in a coronavirus outbreak. Saltpeter asks us if I have any mods installed. I do, hence why it's dark. I've got a day-night cycle, and then we went through these earlier, but I've got a hardware store and a general store and a farm stand and a root cellar and a creamery and fly fishing, and I think I might also have stone bridges. I don't think they're in the original game, are they? That might be it, because I downloaded loads of mods and then I got mad with some of them because they were either just not very good or the graphics were weird or whatever. Oh, I've got a grocer's cart, and also I've got some extra crops. I've got like carrots and sprouts? No, carrots and whatever the other ones are. I did download pigs, but they were too pink. They were really bright. Like, some of the graphics are just a bit... They're just not quite in keeping with the fairly muted feel of it. So this general store is like enormous, great thing. But I want to get a mod that changes ages because it still freaks me out, weirds me out to see 10-year-olds living with each other, even though I know this is my life. This is amazingly successful. Good lord. So much stuff. It's just food that's the issue, isn't it? Because I can't fish. Right, I'm going to put my market in now because I can see. So, when I say put it in, I mean temporarily put it in. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's right. So those houses could go there. And hopefully, there's no reason why not. 1, 2, 3, perfect. And so on and so forth. I've just realised what I don't have. I've just realised what I don't have. Although they are doing amazingly well without it. I don't have a school. I don't have a school. I mean, they're working so fast you would never know that I don't have a school, but I don't have a school. Right, I could put one right in the middle here. Or I could put it down here somewhere so that both ends could use it once I've got some people at both ends. Except there isn't enough room to put it here. Boo! Well, that's annoying. Let's put it up here. I'll just put it in the middle here. I could put it facing onto the market. I'm going to end up moving things around anyway. Maybe not today, but at some point. Wow, schools need a lot of logs and some iron. Okay, let's get them doing this. If I say this is a priority, they will make it their priority. I can can even get the woodcutter back because I've got lots of wood now. I don't know whether 100 is enough anymore. But I've got 119 because for some reason she just cannot stop! Right, come on people, I need a school please. School it up! Look at them. They're loving it. But normally they build paths first, so I don't really know why they're not doing that. Clearly they have some sort of intent. Look at you running away down here, blimey. Who's this? This is a Shannon. They're having a great time. I have to say that the weather at the moment hasn't really been too bad. I haven't noticed the temperatures getting down so ludicrous. I think the absolute coldest I've ever seen it was -17. So many logs as well. So much cutting going on. There we go. There we go. Luana has started doing the bashing. Excellent. Unfortunately, Luana, I hate to tell you this. I need you to unbash. Oops. Sorry. I need you to unbash this bit because it doesn't fit my housing plan. I'm really sorry about that. Unbash it now. Unbash it. No, don't go over there. I need you to unbash this. You're spoiling my plans, Luana. While she's doing the chopping. I can't really argue, can I? Oh, somebody else is coming in to do the reef flattening. There we go. Thanks, Lathan. You're everywhere. She's a herbalist now. What are you picking up? Logs. Oh, picking up logs? That's for the school. Oh, love these multitasking things. It's great. Hate the music though. I hate this particular piece of music which has strange bad recorder playing in it. Or whatever it is. Right, good. Get my houses in now. Woohoo! Ta-da! Dong dong! So that path will eventually come down here. And we'll get rid of a bit more of Luana's handiwork. Go. Ta-da. Good, so I've got two little settlementy bits now. Little settlementy bits. I say they're being a little bit slow about this. There we go, that's better. This school does not even have any toilets. It's just a big room. That's Weavery the child. Weavery will get away with going to school. Anybody going to build this? Catherine, are you going to... No? No. Come on, I need a child containment area. Oh, that wood again. That's no good, is it? Well, let's put this up to 200 then, because I've got loads of logs. So we'll hoard a bit more away. Actually got 4 spare locusts now. I don't think I really need another herbalist for the time being. I think we're okay on that. And I think that the forest is probably not at a cutting stage at the moment. And in any event, I don't need to because we've got loads of logs. Negamatic says build the school and then immediately close it. For 16 weeks, was it, that Northern Ireland said they were closing their schools, potentially? That's a lot of time for schools to be closed. I mean, a lot of time. Where are the children going to go? What are they going to do? What are parents going to do when they need to go to work? It's a mystery. But anyway, look, I've got school now. Soon we will be educated, although I have to say the performance of the locusts has been staggering. Without any education, it's been brilliant. good. I think I now have pretty much everything that I need for survival, other than a hospital. Hospitals take a lot of stone. They're doing all of this now. So, this is great. I feel sorry for them though, having to come down here. I'm just wondering whether to start building something down here. The thing is, they'd have to go back for food, wouldn't they? Which would be great. Markets take a lot of stone as well. Look, 62 stone. They're all the way down here. You get some locusts who will not do anything beyond about 3 yards from their own house. I'm genuinely staggered by this. But we are out of food again, notionally. Probably because somebody's taken 500 potatoes. What have you got? 124 venison, 81 berries and God knows what else. 242 venison and 152 roots. It's ridiculous. Stockpiling. Panic buying. Outrageous. The sounds of hard work. Is if I can get them to get all of this stone. I say if I can get them. When they get it all, because they are very hard working. Then I can start thinking about building some markets. Markets! There's all of this. There's loads. No. Absolutely loads. We definitely aren't going to be short of resources, but we are going to be short of the ability to trade anything. You just heard that? Some lunatic, or should I say a chonter. There's a chonter outside with a loud engine. We've suddenly got a load of chonters with loud engines. 2 of them have Ford Focus STs. Don't get me wrong, good car, nice car, but not when it's going at 7 o'clock in the morning or midnight. That's quite annoying. Start building the market, you know, for the lols. Can at least get the iron and the logs. There we go. Got so many locusts. I'll probably build it in 2 minutes flat. Here they come. That's Velar, or Velar. And this is Early, who we haven't met yet. Early as a builder. They won't have to go too far to get the resources for this, because it's all here. Well, actually the iron isn't. I don't know where the iron is. Up there. All these animals are asking for it. I'm going to put a hunting cabin down here at some point, and then I can get all the leather and sell it or trade it when I get a trading post. I'm going to be doing another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll be off, and you can guarantee somebody will come in the next 15 minutes. Or 2 minutes before the end. And go, oh no! Oh no, please don't end! I'll be going for 2 hours. Yay. Oh my god, a tree just fell on somebody's head. Oh no. Ah! Be careful with those trees, please. Hello to, that looks like ID Dad Gamer. I don't think I know you, ID Dad Gamer. I shall call you ID. Because that's better than calling you Dad. Look at the clearing things. Nice basket of something edible there. Edible. I'd grab it while you can, you know. There might not be any on the shelves soon. I am not encouraging panic buying. Quite the opposite. It is all a bit ridiculous. It makes me laugh, actually, the panic buying thing, which I know I'm now talking about again, but if nobody had been panic buying, or buying stuff up to sell it on at profit, everything would just carry on as normal. And instead it's like, no! It's literally that, you know, no! Right, people, are you doing my market or not? Don't make me prioritise it. Got a big job for you here. I don't really know why you're going down here to chop trees down. I don't need you to do that. I need you to come up here and get rid of whatever it is that's stopping you. Oh, ooh! What's that? A basket of more edibles. Can we remove the baskets of edibles, please? What's the third thing in the way? Oh, that bit of stone. Remove the edibles before I remove them myself. Thank you, Vila. 22 onions, and Catherine has picked up 22 roots. It's always 22. Right, do you want to stop bashing? We can't have cheese, unfortunately, for Putin until I've got cattle, and I can't get cattle until we've got a trading post, and I can't get a trading post until I've found a way to the water. Which is there. Or there. But I still think that over there is a better option. Got quite a lot of isolated lakes, which is slightly unusual. That's the edge of the map there. That's the edge of the map there. Fly over. That's the edge of the map there. That's where the river goes. I really did end up in, like, the worst possible place for not being able to get at a river. I have to hope that Fishy Lake helps with the food issue. Right, are we doing this now? No? Yes? Sort of. Oh. Textbook bashing. Oh, gone off again. Gone off again. Where are you going? Gathering food. Alright. Can't blame you. Oh look, it's Max Wellis. Max Wellis is, as ever, working. Legomatic says, Oxbow lakes happen when rivers self-isolate. Right, come on, I want to get this market done before I go. We've got 9 minutes. All the logs you could ever need are there, along with some of the stone. That's it. Luana's getting it. They can carry a lot of logs. They must be tiny logs. They can carry like 9 at a time. That's it, that's all the logs, that's good. And now I'm going to run my stone out, unfortunately. But I do think I'll be better off having people living down here. If I get them to make these houses, we get a bit of free stone. Oh, I got a ding! Hello, Crazy Cat 2012. Crazy! thank you for following on Twitch. I hope the little notification is still coming up on my screen. That's it, they're getting the stone as well now. That's good. Crazy Cat asks how I'm doing. I'm alright. I'm fine at the moment. My town just doesn't have much food. I think the hunters are just about sort of propping us up. That's why I want to work down here, so I can get some fish. Fish! Right, presumably they're having to bring the stone from miles away now. There's Catherine, duly bringing some stone. I actually don't have enough stone. Right, the stone's gone down to 0, and it will be because they've picked it all up. So, the only place I can get stone now is here. I think I've already highlighted it all. So what I could do with doing is getting them to prioritise the cutting of stone over here, which they will probably be really annoyed at me about, because I'm fairly certain that that's what I've stopped them doing to start putting logs onto the market. Doonch, 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 doonch. Banished Techno Edition. Oh! Hello, Sunlit Karma again. Thank you for following. Were you in YouTube before? Sunlit Karma has followed me on Twitch and Twitter this afternoon. Hello, Timo! He says, I remember this game. It's awesome. It is. And my locusts are awesome in this one. I've been very impressed with their behaviour. It's Weavery hanging around. You're going to be going to school soon, so make the most of your playing, child. Unfortunately, Timo, I'm only here for 6 more minutes, but there's plenty to watch back. Largely me ranting about panic buying. Right, Locust, where have you gone? Why have you all disappeared? Why are you all over here? Why is this? Why is everybody up here? I don't want you up here. I want you down here, doing my market. Thank you. Oh, that's Catherine bringing some iron. Oh, and General's not doing anything. Why are you down here, Generals? Because if it isn't to cut stone, I'm going to be really mad. Ooh. You might not be able to hear this, but like, it's gone a bit funky. Oh, there we go. Look. They're here. Here. Oops, I just brought my resource limits up. I didn't see that. Look. Yes! Yes! Now that's what I'm talking about. It's really satisfying when they get on with it, and incredibly frustrating when they don't. But for uneducated people, they are amazing! I'm supposed to educate them to improve their speed and efficiency and stuff, but this lot have been super speedy and efficient, not least because I've got them on 2 times, because otherwise nothing would have happened in this stream. Can you imagine? We'd have been here for 2 hours and only had half this progress. My forest is now doing very well indeed. I almost feel like I need to move the herbalist here. But I'm not going to, because the herbalist is doing okay at the moment. What you want is for the herbalist to be isolated in a forest where nobody touches the trees. And I find the most efficient way as well is to move your herbalist around, because then that gives the opportunity for the herbs to come back up. So if there are no herbs, like if you end up with a herb problem, which does happen sometimes, then it's best to just keep moving your herbalist so that they can herbally in another area. Oh, this is brilliant. I love you. Look at them. Even going for the tiny bit of stone in the middle of all the iron. They know what it needs. Right, how much more? We've only got 3 minutes. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Bother. Oh well, next time, eh? Definitely have to do some more of this. Banished streams used to be my most popular thing ever. And I once had like 60 odd people watching at once. Oh! ID Dad Gamer has followed in Twitch. Thank you very much. Do please follow, subscribe, and whatever else. Go on Twitter and Discord in order to get updates and pictures of food. And do please like and share and love or whatever else it is you need to do, because it all helps. The YouTube algorithm blinking hates me. Hates me. I'm waiting for that one video where it goes, ah! Yeah, let's give her loads of traffic because I've suddenly decided that I like talking about cheese, or whatever it is. Oh, look, they're so close, it's so close. I might just run over just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. It's because they're cutting things down here so they don't have to bring them from over there. I've got loads of iron, we're going to need iron as well. Maybe I could just get them to cut a tiny bit of iron up here as well. My YouTube channel is Jennyverse Live because somebody else already had Jennyverse, which is a bit annoying. Jennyverse Live. The top video at the moment, or most recent video, is mad. Actually, it's perhaps not fully indicative of what I usually do. I just couldn't resist. Oh, Not So Dark Lord has just subscribed with tier 1. Thank you very much. That's a round of applause. We give a round of applause to subscribers. That was a round of applause. Thank you very much. You keep the channel going. You and all my patrons. Patrons like Timo. Is anybody else in here a patron? In fact, Not So Dark Lord might be a patron as well. And Putin is definitely a patron. I shall be getting back to doing patron stuff. I've had to have a bit of a break from everything. But yeah, we will do some more Patreon-y things. And we must play some more games as well. We must do some more donut games. Especially if we all end up isolated, because I'm not saying for one moment that we will, and even if we do, I'm going to end up working anyway, because I'll have my stupid work laptop, but yeah, we should definitely do some more tabletop simulator with donut games and sushi games and spaceship games and what was the other one? There was another one. We played another one and I can't remember what it was. Never mind. Uno. We've done Uno. And I'm going to buy One Deck Dungeon, which is a collaborative thing, because I think that would be awesome. Oh yeah, there we go. Not So Dark Lords just say. We also played Uno. We did. We need. Well, I've One Deck Dungeon. Me and a friend played that last week, and it's absolutely brutal. It's really, really tough, but it would be really cool to do that because it's a collaborative game, and we could all just decide on what to do next. If you don't have it, do go and have a look at it because it's quite a good idea. It's like a roguelike RPG but played out through cards and dice. And the mechanics are quite clever. Tell you what I've also not done in absolutely forever is the sort of choose your own adventure Steve Jackson-y type games. Haven't streamed anything like that in ages because of doing Parkitect and stuff, and also because of not being able to stream. I do need to still go rather easy on myself because editing that video yesterday really took it out of me. Whew. My head was like, argh. Obviously you couldn't see what I was doing then when I went, but you can just kind of imagine it. Oh, this isn't going to happen, is it? Boo. We've also run out of food again. Boo. Timo says, I played some Mansions of Madness on Tabletop Simulator last night and we lost. Mansions of Madness. I've got an Amazon wishlist now with so many games on it, board games and card games on it. It is madness. Because you keep seeing them and going, ooh, that might be good. Let's hope that's in the Black Friday sale. I'm going to take my woodcutter off because I've got 205 wood and I don't think I need it really. I need more builders. What I really need is more food. I need another hunting cabin and I need this fish thing. But I don't want to open the fish thing until I've got some housing down here, and I don't want to open housing down here until I've got a market, because then they can get stuff easily. What have you got for me, Generald? Oh, I only need 5 more bits of stone and 12 more bits of iron. General, did you just get some iron from that pile? You see, getting them to do it down here is the right thing, isn't it? Except they've now stopped coming down here, probably because it's -6. Oh, I've gone over now, and I'm not going to do it. That's a shame. I tell you what, we will play this again, and we will have the grand opening of the market. That'll be fun. You can bring food. If you've only just joined me, because I have just noticed my stats have gone up slightly, I'm very sorry, but I've been going for 2 hours, and I am now going to have to end it. But I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I'd like to thank my locusts for working so hard. Please do go and look at the song, if you're thinking, what the hell is she talking about? youtube.com/JenniverseLive, where there is so much more than games. Hopefully I will see some more of you on Twitter and in the Discord. And I will see you when I am next well enough to stream. And that's about it really, so stay safe. Don't panic. Be well. Don't spread the thing if you've got it. And step away from the toilet